Back again with another YouTube video. It's your boy Uriah G, and today we're gonna react to WWE wrestlers who broke character to check on their injured opponent. Let's get right into the video.
For a lot of years, folks. Austin's in trouble, though.
That was really loud.
Austin hung up there by Triple H.
10 times wrestlers broke character to check on their opponent.
That was really loud, but let's get right into the video.
Number 10, LA Knight, SummerSlam 2024. Logan Paul is still extremely new to the crazy world of pro wrestling. This means that his opponents must work carefully with him to make sure that he's safe in the ring. Now, this isn't to say that Logan is poor in the ring, as that simply isn't the case. It's just a case that Logan often goes too high risk and sometimes has rather unfortunate landings. At the 2024 SummerSlam event, Logan defended the US title against LA Knight, and in the match, Logan performed a visually spectacular springboard moonsault onto Knight, who was standing outside of the ring. Logan had a truly horrific landing, and without hesitation, Knight broke character to check on Logan.
I think I've seen this match, but what happened?
This was the correct thing to do, and Knight once again showed the world that he's a total pro in the ring. Now, this wasn't the only time in the well-received match where Knight broke character, as a top rope superplex saw Logan have yet another unfortunate landing, and Knight once again would check on his opponent. Number 9.
Yeah, I think I saw that spot where he had fell on his back. I don't know. Did he get injured from that? I don't know.
Brock Lesnar Elimination Chamber 2022.
I remember this.
The 2022 Elimination Chamber match featured
Big news!
Bro, as I'm over here pausing it and all that and talking, and now we get hit with an ad. Like, who asked for an ad? Not me. A whole 15-second ad. I couldn't even skip.
most insane spots ever, as Brock Lesnar delivered a devastating F5 onto Austin Theory from the top of the chamber pod. This spot looked like something out of a WWE video game, and naturally, due to the dangers of the spot, there was a major concern that Theory could have been seriously hurt. Lesnar was incredibly careful with Theory after the spot, and Lesnar even hid his face for a brief second during the pin attempt, and this was likely the exact moment that Lesnar was making sure that Theory was okay.
I know that hurt.
Hey, but Lesnar didn't stop there, as when he was exiting the chamber structure after winning the match, Lesnar informed the referee that he needed to go back into the structure to ensure that Theory was okay. Number 8, Chris Jericho, Raw 2001. One of the most acclaimed matches in Raw history took place in 2001, as Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin took on Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. The match is known for the sheer quality of the action, and it's also known for Triple H delivering the performance of a lifetime. It's well documented just how Triple H was injured in the match, and it was pretty much a fluke accident.
That's when he tore his ACL.
In hindsight, some may argue that the match should have been called off, yet Triple H would probably counter this argument by stating that the injury took the match to the next level. Again, wrestling a huge match with a torn quadricep was no laughing matter, and the fact that he finished the match on one working leg spoke
He tore his quad. I thought he tore his ACL.
volumes to how incredible he was as a performer. Jericho in particular was a total professional in the match, as he was consistently checking on the game, and it could clearly be seen when the infamous Walls of Jericho on the announce table spot took place. Jericho would ask the game if he was okay, which was the right thing to do, as the idea of delivering a leg-based submission move to a man who just tore his quad is completely wild. Number 7, Mr. Kennedy, Raw 2007. John Cena was established as the face of the company in 2007. Cena was the biggest wrestling star in the world, and WWE had made the right call by making Cena the guy. Unfortunately for WWE and Cena, this all went wrong when Cena was injured in a match against Mr. Kennedy on Raw. Cena would get hurt following a hip toss, and Cena's facial expressions instantly changed as he realized that he'd just been seriously hurt. Kennedy would do a great job in keeping Cena safe afterwards, and it's evident that Kennedy was breaking character and talking to Cena to making sure he was okay. Cena's injury would be a torn pec, and this is an incredibly...
He tore his pec, his arm. It's like, I don't know, that must be a really, like, severe injury. It must hurt. Like, where is that, like, your shoulder? Let me just stop talking.
Serious injury, so Cena was expected to be out for an extended period of time. This was the first instance of Super Cena surfacing, as he managed to recover in just a matter of months, and he would make his dramatic return at the 2008 Royal Rumble. Number 6, Bubba Ray Dudley, Raw 2002. Whilst there's no arguing that kayfabe and staying in character is important in wrestling, sometimes a wrestler's safety and well-being becomes the focus, and the wrestler is forced to break character. This was the case in 2002 as Kevin Nash was injured in a major match on Raw. During a 10-man tag match, Nash was tagged in, and after performing some basic moves, Nash charged at Bubba Ray Dudley, who was on the apron. However, upon doing this, Nash fell into the ground and Nash completely tore his...
Wow. Was he like trying to
on the apron
reach for like a tag or something?
However, upon doing this, Nash fell into the ground and Nash completely tore his quad. The match was quickly changed on the fly so Nash could receive immediate medical attention. Bubba Ray Dudley was phenomenal following the injury, as he didn't just break character to make sure Nash was okay, he even spoke to Nash in the corner and virtually shielded him from further action. Bubba Ray has always been known for keeping kayfabing.
So that's why you can't call wrestling 100% fake, because I don't know if Kevin Nash was trying to like run into Bubba Ray to hit him or he was trying to tag him in, but he literally just like tore his ankle, ACL, whatever he just said. So, you know, these wrestlers, they take real risk and they put their bodies on the line. They get injured for our entertainment. So
Intact, yet even he realized that his responsibility to keep Nash safe was the new focus, and he truly did an outstanding job. Number 5, Edge Over the Limit 2010. One of the top matches on the 2010 Over the Limit match card was Edge versus Randy Orton. The match went off the rails when Orton legitimately
guys, I know you guys are gonna be mad at me in the comments for talking so much in the video, but look, I gotta make this video as entertaining as possible, and I have to give you guys my analysis and opinion. Bro, I remember like this match right here, because I had this on DVD, Over the Limit 2010. So like I remember this. I think as he was trying to go for like the RKO, when he was punching the mat, he had tore his arm, shoulder or something. I think that's what he's about to say.
Injured his shoulder while setting up for an RKO. Orton had dislocated his shoulder and the match needed to end immediately. After a few awkward seconds, Edge and Orton had a brief conversation, and this is where Edge decided to exit the ring. This allowed Orton and the referee to have a discussion about Orton's status, and this was when the new improvised count-out finish was put together. When Orton and Edge are delivering the new finish on the outside of the ring, Edge constantly checks on Orton to make sure that his injury hasn't got any worse. Additionally, his strikes are noticeably weak, and he's mainly using the physicality as an excuse to communicate with a fellow WWE legend. Number 4, Lita, Survivor Series 2001. There's a reason that Lita is considered to be one of the greatest female wrestlers of all time, and even early on during a WWE run, she was consistently the best worker in the women's division. At the 2001 Survivor Series event, a six-pack challenge took place to crown a new WWE Women's Champion. During the match, Jazz would take a bump through the ropes, and in a scary moment, it looked like the talented star was going to land straight on her head as her feet got tangled in the ropes. Thankfully, Lita was able to catch Jazz and safely bring her to the ground. Lita would then turn her face towards Jazz to make sure that she was
Yeah, that looked like
perfectly okay. Number 3.
That looked like a neck injury about to. That looked like she could. Pretty much, if Leah wasn't there to protect her from that could have been a really bad landing. That's all I'm saying.
3. Sasha Banks and Peyton Royce, Elimination Chamber 2019. The 2019 Elimination Chamber pay-per-view featured a chamber match to crown the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. The match received rave reviews, yet there were some close calls with spots in the match that could have led to a serious injury. During one spot in the match, Peyton Royce flipped over the ropes onto Bayley and Sasha Banks. As Royce was coming down, it became apparent that Bayley was going to be kicked in the head, so at the last second, Banks smartly put a hand in Bayley's face to cushion the blow. Although Bayley
That was close.
and Banks weren't opponents in the match, this save was great to see, and Bayley instantly checked on Banks to make sure that she was okay. When it comes to Royce, when she moved Bayley ahead of the next spot, she managed to get extremely close to her face, so this was likely the point in which Royce just wanted to check on her opponent and perhaps apologize for the rough landing. Number 2, John Cena Extreme Rules 2011. John Cena had a reputation for calling spots during his full-time run in WWE, yet Cena was also known for being safe in the ring and making sure his opponents were at ease at all times. At the 2011 Extreme Rules pay-per-view, Cena took on The Miz and John Morrison in a steel cage match for the WWE title.
The rat match.
and the highlight of the match saw Morrison deliver a Starship Pain onto Cena and Miz from the top of the steel cage. The spot looked brutal, and Cena, who's the ring general in the match, would purposely land on top of Morrison following the spot, and this allowed Cena to check on him. This was extremely brief, and once Cena was aware that Morrison was perfectly okay, Cena
Who won this match? I think Miz retained the title, right?
moved away from Morrison and continued selling the spot. And number 1, Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 26. The matches between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker are legendary, and their final one-on-one matchup took place at WrestleMania.
Oh, I thought they were going to talk about the WrestleMania 25 one, when Undertaker, when he had jumped out the, out the ring to land on Shawn, but Shawn moved the cameraman into, Shawn pushed the cameraman and Undertaker landed onto the cameraman. I think that was like WrestleMania 25. That's what he was going to talk about.
26. The two went all out for the match, and the match featured a spot which saw HBK deliver a moonsault from the ropes onto the dead man, who was lying prone on the announce table. HBK's in-ring skills are well established, and due to the danger of the spot, HBK had a genius way of making sure The Undertaker was okay. After landing, HBK would adjust his position, and he did this in order to get closer to The Undertaker and the referee. He did this in such a smart way, and it looked as if he was selling both the impact as well as taking in the high of the momentum of the spot. This would allow him to not just check on The Undertaker when the camera cut to the replay, but he instantly would be able to overhear the conversation between The Undertaker and the referee. Well, there you have it, folks.
See, like, these wrestlers, they interact in the ring. Like, they still have to make sure they're okay. Like, it's not just all about, wrestling and trying to put on a show. As they are putting on a show, they're giving us the entertainment, but they still interact to make sure the show goes right for us. Because sometimes things can overturn. People get injured. Alright. That was WWE wrestlers who broke character to check on their injured opponent. You guys tell me what you guys want to see next in the comments down below. I got more videos coming. Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment. And yeah, Uriah out.